Hi guys, I'm Nestor Rafael, I'm the Wandering Beardo, and today with me is my dad. He's also grown a bit of a beard, so should we call him Papa Beardo? Or Captain Whitebeard, like Blackbeard, but with the white beard. Anyway, Dad and I were out shopping for an upcoming trip, and we decided to make an impromptu visit to this place that I've heard a lot about. It's called Subko, spelled S-U-B-K-O, at Chapel Road. This is in Bandra West. And if we talk about location, Subko at Chapel Road is very easy to miss. It's nestled in this tiny little lane just off Chapel Road, and if you are not looking for it, there's a good chance you're not going to find it. I'd heard the hype about this place for quite a while, and I've been thinking about we thought let's just go and figure out if it's a great place or not. And since we had the opportunity, we visited there. So, Dad, what did you think about the place?
It's a quiet location.
Yeah, very easy to miss.
Yes.
And what about the ambience?
The ambience was good.
Okay, I think the ambience was quite nice. I thought that when we walked in, we thought it was a small little place, right? We thought it was a really tiny place. We thought it'll be crowded. When we walked in, it was really empty. So we were worried whether there was actually going to be a crowd or not, whether this is a popular place or not. But we then realized it has 3 levels of seating, ample seating, a bit of a rustic meets modern vibe. They had brick walls, so a bit of an unfinished kind of a look, wooden tables and steel chairs. Not the kind of steel chairs you see in WWE. Nobody getting hit in the head with a chair. What about the food? You had a sandwich. Did you like the sandwich?
Not up to much.
Not too much. Not one of your better sandwiches that you eat.
No.
Okay. So it's safe to say Dad did not like the food. I thought it was tasty. They have a massive menu. It looks really big. You walk in, you've got the food on display, and obviously we couldn't try everything. It was just too much to take in on one day. But let's get into what we actually tried on the day that we visited. So the first thing I'd want to talk about is the banh mi, the classic banh mi. Now, if you watched MasterChef Australia, you've seen Tommy Pham make banh mi, right? It's popular in Vietnamese cuisine. Banh mi is short baguette with a thin, crisp crust and very soft on the inside. It's split lengthwise and it's filled with some really nice ingredients. The one that we had here was made with had a garlic aioli, had a chicken liver pate, shiitake miso braised pork tenderloin, and there was of course carrot and daikon pickles, coriander, chili. All in all, quite tasty, a lot of freshness, a lot of zing. So Dad had the bacon onion grilled cheese, and he thought it was so. I thought it was a decent sandwich, a little heavy on the cheese. It had bacon, it had caramelized onion, more of an onion jam, rocket leaves, and a blend of mozzarella. I think cheddar was in there, and was toasted quite nicely. Very heavily greased, very heavily greased sandwich, and that I think is what put Dad off. If you're going here and you're having the sandwiches, these are not healthy sandwiches. So if you're someone who is taking care of your health, you may want to lay off the sandwiches. Another thing that we tried, which was interesting, from the moment I walked in, the one thing that I thought was really interesting was the abanwich. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If you guys know the correct pronunciation, please comment. Now, this sandwich is made with something that's known as kun yaman. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Again, it's a traditional pastry from France, and you've got these pastries on the top and the bottom, and in between this flaky round pastry, by the way, the pastry is crunchy, it's sweet, it's buttery. It has sunny side egg, guacamole, cheese and bacon. By far, this is something that I really enjoyed. Again, very greasy but very yummy. Now, about the things that we didn't like. Both Dad and I thought that the service could have been better. It was self-serve for everything. Now, normally I don't have a problem with self-serve. But if you compare the kind of price you're paying for this, and you realize that you're not going to be served a glass of water, you've got to go get it yourself, and given that it's a big place, you don't know where the dispensers are. The waiters will have you seated, but they don't tell you that you've got to walk up to the cash counter and make a payment and book your sandwiches, or place an order. So we went there and we were assuming that we had someone coming over to tell us what we could order or check out the menu, and I think it isn't very intuitive. Another thing that I thought was worrisome was that service is painfully slow. They took about 25 minutes to get our food, and then another 25 minutes to get me tissues that I had requested for. Now, given that these sandwiches are really greasy, and you've got some really nice sauces, you had the garlic aioli, you would expect them to be accompanied with some tissues. I had to ask for them, and we literally got all the way to the end of our meals and we're sitting there with greasy fingers, and we were really hoping for a few tissues, and it took a couple of times to really get them. We had to ask the waiters about thrice. So yeah, service is slow. I think they're not equipped to handle the crowds. We ordered 2 flat white coffees with almond milk, and honestly there wasn't much to boast about. Probably the most premium thing about it was the price. Also, flies. While I understand it's difficult to keep flies out during the rainy season, there were so many flies, and there's no fly zapping machine or any kind of deterrent, so I'm just wondering, from a hygiene point of view, it doesn't really feel like the establishment was taken care of. Now maybe it's me, but there was no music for the most part of the time that we were there. We sat there, we almost finished our meal, and then we had some music playing. It almost felt like they were waiting for us to leave before they started the music, which I'm sure they weren't, but that's how it felt. And all you could hear for most of the time that we were there was the chatter of other people, and there was no music, there was no ambient sounds, and that I think is a little disappointing. Dad and I ordered 3 sandwiches like I've spoken about, and we had 2 coffees with almond milk. This set us back by 2,374, and if you think about it, that's a bit steep. All in all, I would rate the food 4.5 out of 5 because it was tasty. Not healthy. If you're going for healthy food, this is not the place to go to. The service, I'm going to rate a 2 out of 5. The ambience I liked, Dad not so much. I will still give it a 4 out of 5, and I've already spoken to you about the cost. Working up at about almost 2,500 for just 2 people, I think is a bit steep. So that was our review of Subko Coffee. I kinda liked it, but it's not a place that I'd visit too frequently. If you've tried anything else on the menu, if there's something that you like, if you have a different opinion, do comment. I would love to hear about it. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, follow, share, talk to your friends about us. The channel is the Wandering Beardo. Ask them to follow as well. Hit the bell icon. The bell icon will ensure that you have notifications. Thank you so much, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.